So, this, obviously, two of the greatest guard prospects ever. Sorry, I would say even the two greatest guard prospects ever in the for the WNBA, outside of maybe Diana Taurasi.
Nike may have made their biggest mistake yet. Caitlyn Clark shattered every record with 19 million viewers in a single game, yet her true sales impact hasn't even erupted. Instead, Nike rushed to cut Paige loose. Fans were stunned when Boers merchandise suddenly stole the spotlight. What's driving this shocking move, and could it end up costing Nike millions? Stay locked in because this story is about to blow wide open.
Obviously, one of them still at UConn. One of them has had one of the three greatest rookie seasons of all time in the WNBA. One of them signed a big deal with Nike.
Caitlyn Clark captivated 19 million viewers as they watched her NCAA showdown, a number that rivals major NBA games and feels unreal for a sport where women's basketball is still fighting for broad recognition. Against South Carolina, she faced yet another uphill battle, but fans were pulled in by Monumental's impact, drawn not only to her unmatched skill, but to the charisma and electric energy she brings every time she steps on the court. Her ability to completely take over a game is now undeniable, and her marketability has become something no one in the sport can come close to
unparalleled.
The other one is still on like the college deal with Nike that was signed years ago. Caitlyn Clark obviously had signed the college deal a while ago.
Conversely, Paige, a rising sensation from the University of Connecticut, has drawn attention for her talent, but there's a major difference in the scope of her influence. Paige's impact remains largely confined to the college stage. She's undeniably gifted with a growing fan base, yet she hasn't reached anything close to Caitlyn's commercial power. So why did Nike choose to release Paige's merchandise first? The answer isn't nearly as straightforward as it looks.
I would ask you this question. One of them has a proven track record of every single piece of merchandise that they put their name to sells out in a flash.
Let's take a break. Caitlyn Clark's potential in the market, her WNBA
Paige Bueckers. There's no denying her talent as UConn's fearless guard. Fans have been stunned by her poise, her clutch performances, and the effortless charisma that makes her one of the most captivating players in college basketball. It's clear why Nike would want to partner with her. But why push her to the front of the line? Paige's exclusive product line launched with massive fanfare, and Nike's marketing machine went full throttle to present her as the new face of their women's basketball division. The designs were sleek, modern, and tailored perfectly to her audience. Social media lit up with praise for the collection, but not every fan was impressed.
One of them has signed a long-term deal with Nike that Nike are screwing her by giving her only $3 million a year when she's probably worth closer to $20 million a year.
The launch of Paige's products felt shockingly premature. Despite her undeniable talent, her business impact still doesn't compare, and critics argued Nike was gambling on potential instead of capitalizing on proven success. The choice left many fans confused, openly questioning Nike's priorities. Swift and furious reactions flooded social media as fans voiced disappointment and irritation, demanding to know why Nike seemed to ignore the massive support behind Caitlyn's merchandise. To them, this wasn't just a minor oversight. It felt like outright disrespect toward the biggest star in the sport. The overwhelming sentiment was that Nike's decision was completely out of touch. Caitlyn Clark isn't just women's basketball's leading force. She's become a cultural icon, and dismissing that momentum risked alienating a huge, loyal fan base. The controversy sparked deeper conversations about fairness and recognition, with many insisting Caitlyn deserved far greater acknowledgement. So why did Nike choose this path? Some believe the answer lies in timing and logistics, since product rollouts can take months or years, meaning Paige's line may have been in motion long before Caitlyn's explosive rise. But fans reject that justification. Caitlyn's influence has been obvious for years, and Nike should have been prepared to ride that wave. Others point to internal politics, suggesting delays might stem from clashes or competing priorities within Nike's athlete lineup, with rumors that other players may have swayed decisions intentionally or not. While this theory sounds dramatic, it underscores how complex a giant like Nike can be. Another possibility is strategic timing. Perhaps Nike is saving Caitlyn's debut for a massive, high-impact campaign designed to maximize her market power. It's a plan that could pay off, but it's also dangerously risky. Fans are already frustrated, and the longer Nike waits, the more momentum they could lose. Caitlyn Clark is peaking right now, her influence. Fans are desperate to support Caitlyn, but they can't do that if Nike refuses to deliver. By prioritizing Paige Bueckers, Nike is essentially betting that fans will simply wait for Caitlyn's products. But in a world with short attention spans and endless options, that's a dangerous gamble. Making matters worse, the absence of official Caitlyn Clark gear has pushed frustrated fans toward unofficial merchandise, fueling a booming underground market of shirts, jerseys, and collectibles. Every day Nike delays, they lose millions in potential revenue while independent sellers cash in. But this controversy isn't just about Paige Bueckers versus Caitlyn Clark. It's about Nike's identity. For years, Nike has been seen as a leader, a brand that understands athletes and their fans. Now, many are questioning whether Nike has lost its edge. Competitors like Adidas and Under Armour are always hunting for opportunities, and if Nike doesn't correct course soon, they risk losing Caitlyn to a rival, an athlete whose loyalty, once broken, would be incredibly hard to reclaim. The backlash surrounding Nike's decision to prioritize Paige's line has grown too loud to ignore. It's not just angry fans. Analysts, commentators, and even former players are calling this one of Nike's most baffling marketing missteps in years. Caitlyn's dominance on the court and her staggering marketability off it are undeniable. So the real question is no longer why Nike made this choice. It's whether they can fix it before the damage becomes permanent. Caitlyn Clark isn't just a great player. She's a generational talent. With her deep threes, elite passing, and unmatched court vision, she's captured an audience far beyond traditional women's basketball fans. Her rise exploded during her college career, culminating in the 19 million view showdown against South Carolina, numbers comparable to major NBA broadcasts. Add to that her charm, confidence, and relatability, and it's clear she's become something even bigger. But the launch wasn't without backlash. Many fans saw Paige's debut as a slight against Caitlyn Clark. It wasn't just about marketing or design choices, but what the decision symbolized. Despite Paige's talent, she hasn't yet reached Caitlyn's level of commercial success or cultural influence, making Nike's prioritization feel like a blatant misstep, disregarding clear fan support. Social media erupted almost instantly. TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter were flooded with posts criticizing Nike. Hashtags questioning the brand's choices and asking where Caitlyn's merchandise had gone quickly gained traction, accompanied by memes mocking Nike as out of touch. This uproar extended beyond a vocal minority. Respected analysts, commentators, and even former players joined the conversation, questioning Nike's priorities and highlighting the glaring oversight of a company of its size and influence. The negative publicity isn't just a PR headache. It threatens Nike's credibility, with critiques coming directly from the basketball community itself. Speculation ran rampant. Long-term planning, internal politics, or attempts to manage athlete competition may have played a role, but most agreed Nike had miscalculated. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark's underground merchandise market exploded. Fans turned to independent sellers for jerseys, t-shirts, and other gear, often distributed through small online shops and social platforms. While Caitlyn's popularity surged, Nike lost millions in potential revenue every day her products were delayed. Each day she remained unavailable officially allowed competitors, or unofficial vendors, to appear more in tune with fan demand. The situation also raises concerns about Nike's ability to maintain control over its brand. As more fans seek alternative sources for Caitlyn Clark gear, Nike risks eroding its position as the go-to provider of authentic, high-quality athletic products. A troubling prospect for a company long celebrated for innovation and athlete rel. The absence of official merchandise sparked speculation about behind-the-scenes complications. Some pointed to logistical challenges. Producing, manufacturing, and distributing large-scale product lines is complex, and Paige's items may have been further along in development. Yet few fans accept that explanation. Caitlyn's rise has been years in the making, giving Nike ample time to prepare for her WNBA debut and capitalize on her fame. Others suggest internal politics could have delayed her release, perhaps influenced by other Nike athletes seeking to avoid direct competition. While unverified, This theory underscores the complexities of managing a global brand. Each day Caitlyn's products are delayed costs more than money. Fan trust erodes, impatience grows, and in today's fast-moving social media landscape, delays risk alienating an audience that expects immediate engagement. Athletes want to feel valued by the companies that support them, and if Caitlyn feels overlooked, she could easily be drawn to competitors like Adidas. Losing her would be a devastating blow for Nike, both financially and reputationally. While mistakes happen, history shows that how a company responds to criticism can define its legacy. For Nike to regain its standing, it must act swiftly and decisively to address this controversy before the damage becomes irreversible. One possibility is for Nike to launch Caitlyn Clark's merchandise with a massive, high-impact campaign that celebrates her achievements and fully engages her fanbase, signaling respect for her contributions to the sport. Caitlyn could play a key role in this initiative, helping Nike rebuild trust and reclaim its leadership in women's basketball marketing. Another approach is to confront the controversy directly, acknowledge the misstep, commit to doing better, and demonstrate transparency. This requires humility, but it could strengthen Nike's bond with fans while the debate unfolds publicly. The tension is palpable. Will Nike recognize their error and prioritize Caitlyn moving forward, or will they double down on their current strategy, risking further backlash? Emotions run high because Caitlyn Clark isn't just a basketball star. She's a cultural icon whose influence could shape the future of women's sports. If Nike hesitates, they risk losing one of the most marketable athletes of this generation. The next few months are pivotal. Nike's choices will impact not only its relationship with Caitlyn and her supporters, but also its reputation as a brand that has long defined excellence, innovation, and athlete advocacy. This may be a moment of reckoning for Nike. They underestimated Caitlyn Clark's power and her devoted fanbase. But the ball is still in their court. Whether they course correct or stay the course, the outcome remains uncertain, and the world is watching closely. The drama is far from over, and every move will be scrutinized, so what do you think? Will Nike recover, or is this a turning point they can't afford to miss?